I'm so excited to introduce our Direction Not Perfection community today to Dr. Alka Patel, Lifestyle First. Dr. Patel is a lifestyle doctor, coach, and general practitioner who amplifies health as a skill and an asset. Her mission is for inspired individuals and businesses alike to create compassionate lifestyle changes for happy, healthy living and connected workplace wellness. Dr. Patel provides high impact, rapid action solutions for success through self care so that you can live a transformational life and a lasting legacy. Welcome, Dr. Patel.
Hello there. Hi, Lindsay. Amazing. Love it to be here. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, we're getting spoiled today. So spoiled to the fact of when I saw your podcast bio, I thought we're going to need a part two. So we're going to leave our listeners hanging a bit today because they're going to be, I know this, just feeling like, tell me more. We're going to need more. So today, though, I would love to jump into your journey. There's a moment where you talk about going from feeling like you're prescribing pills to prescribing a lifestyle. Can you kind of tell us how that whole transition happened in your career?
Oh, well, we could take the whole half an hour on that, couldn't we? So let me kind of get to where was that point? I think we have so many pivotal points in our life, don't we? Those moments that we could change. And then sometimes we step back and you don't. So I had quite a number of those moments. But when you're talking about moving from the pill pushing to more of the lifestyle driving, I do recall there was a patient that I saw, and I'd been seeing him for a long time in my surgery. And one day he walked in looking very different. He was usually very suited and booted and big smile on his face. And he came in on one particular day wearing a hoodie and holding a McDonald's milkshake and his hand. He wasn't making great eye contact with me. And as he sat down, he put that McDonald's milkshake down and he pulled out a packet of pills and he said, "My friend takes these. I think I need these too." And it turned out they were antidepressants. Now, over here in the UK, I'm here in London, we have about 10 minutes with our patients. 10 minutes to get to the heart of what's going on. And at that time in my 10 minutes, I did the only thing I could do, which was hand him over a prescription of pills, and he left. And he left my consulting room. He left his McDonald's milkshake behind, and it sat on my desk most of that day. He just left it behind, but it was staring at me. And he left his friend's packet of pills on my desk as well. And I kept glancing over, and there was a message there, Lindsay, and it was very much, and I allude to this in my TEDx talk as well, very much that sense that I'd become that drug pusher. And I was driving a practice which felt like a McDonald's drive-through. Come in, get your pills, drive out, come back, come in, get your pills, drive out, buy one, get one free. What's the offer for today? And I used that sign, and I left my consulting room that afternoon and I went and sat on my practice manager's desk and I said, I'm done. This isn't that 18-year-old who went to medical school full of that sense of I want to help people. I'm not doing that. And that was a big shift for me.
Yeah, that's a huge shift, and you're not alone. I've really, through the podcasting world, which I love, just this introduction to amazing medical professionals, this is a common story. And it's just this like re-love of medicine when you find this other world of, would you call it functional medicine for you? Like where are you now? Where do you sit happily?
I sit most happily in what I call lifestyle medicine. So very much that space of, yes, that root cause. So when we talk about functional medicine, of course, we're looking at the function, which is that outward expression of what happens internally as well, isn't it? And I'm very much about that. You mentioned self-care, but the strategizing behind our self-care, not the sort of latest fad on Instagram and Facebook, but really what's personal to you. Because I think in medicine, when we're training, we learn a very population-based approach that what's good for one person is good for all, or actually vice versa, what's good for all is good for one person. And all the research and trials and randomized controlled trials, which we hold right at the top of that pyramid of research, it's all about what's best for the most number of people. But you know what? The thing is, there's only one person in that room with me at any moment in time, whether we're online or in a physical room together. You matter. N equals one. That number that matters is you. So you've got to know about you, not about the rest of the population. You can't extrapolate everything to you. So I sit in that sort of lifestyle field, what I call common sense medicine, if I'm really honest about it, because this isn't rocket science. This isn't me telling you about things you probably don't already know. Eat better, move better, sleep better, connect better, think better, feel better. All of that is just the way that humans are supposed to be. And yet we've eroded that because we're living in this world of doing. So it's pulling that sense of, how do I be in this world where I'm driven by the next to-do list, the next goal, the next role, the next accolade, and all of that, and really stripping back to the lifestyle, the rhythm, what's innate in you, what's your DNA telling you personally to you about how you function at your best, and pulling into that. Because we're in this incredible time, aren't we? This incredible time where we can access so much data about ourselves, and it's nothing to be afraid of. It's information that we've got access to just like that. In that minute, I know what my heart's doing. Is it skipping a beat? Is its variability affecting me? What's my stress levels like? How did I sleep last night? How did I move this morning? And we want this information because it then drives us to, I want to change that. I want it to be different. And you can hook onto numbers, I think, much more easier than you can onto that, the soft qualitative stuff, which is equally important. How do you feel right now? What's it like? All of that is so important, but let's use numbers to drive us as well. Give us that nudge to make a difference to our day to day.
You had me at individualized experience. I'm on board. I do feel like, as from dietitian land, and really seeing how everybody has their own path and what fits well and sits well with their soul, as well as fits within their family and their day-to-day, their career. I would love to hear from you, this maybe an avatar or like this case study of somebody who walks through your doors and kind of the process that you take them through. And is it multiple sessions? Are you sending them out with goals? Are you doing lab work? Like, what does this look like within your practice?
I'd like to say that there was one formula and this is it for everybody, but you've hit it. It's very personalized, isn't it? And the people that I see, they bring a lot to the table, and they think they're bringing, I've lost my sense of identity and I don't know what my role is anymore, or I just want to lose weight, or can you help me sleep? But they never bring just that one thing, because you unravel so much more behind that. So in terms of my formula, and I discovered this the hard way as well, Lindsay. I've got another backstory which relates to my own burnout. When I thought I was thriving in my career, when you feel it, you're at that peak, you've got all those professional titles. I had 3 children, my husband, my house, my car, the family, the work that I was doing that I loved. I thought I was thriving, and I was just so in there constantly. And then I got a knock on the door that said, you can't function like this anymore. And that knock on the door came in the form of a hospital admission that left me wondering if I was going to see my children again the next day. It was burnout. It hit me hard in an instant. I developed a fever that I chose to go to work with because my patients needed me, my team needed me, my practice needed me. I didn't need me. And so I did what any other woman who feels she's thriving does, is we keep going, don't we? We don't listen to the signals. We don't tune in to what our minds and bodies are telling her. But this was a big, hear me out loud now. And yeah, sadly, my kidneys shut down. My liver didn't want to do the job it was designed to do. I had some very, very memorable out-of-body experiences as well. And really, my husband brought my children to see me one morning. It was my birthday morning, in fact. And I thought, I'm ready to let you go. There's so much love here. I can do this. I can leave you. And obviously I pulled back. But in my journey to recovery from that, I didn't know what to do. Here's the doctor with decades of experience in not knowing how to recover. And I'd had so much advice. My mum would say, eat more. My husband would say, sleep more. My friends would say, move more. You get overloaded with information and advice. And I did nothing. And that's when I discovered that I need to give my patients, my clients, a sense of direction. Where do you start? When we talk about make some lifestyle changes. You don't want diabetes anymore? Change your lifestyle. You don't want to have a heart attack in 10 years? Change your lifestyle. You want to lose weight? Change your lifestyle. Want to feel less stressed? Change your lifestyle. What is that lifestyle? So I developed a formula looking back at over 20 years and thousands of patients and what I really learned from them. And my formula spells out the word lifestyle, which is beautiful because it helps people to remember that. And those 10 elements are very much about life's purpose. Why'd you get out of bed every morning? We know that if you've got a purpose, you survive longer, you add years to your life. And there's so much research to back this up as well. And so L is life's purpose, I is your identity, that sense of who you are. There's affirmations that you make about your identity every day. Again, if you look at some MRI studies, you see, particularly when it comes to health behaviors, is that if you're making positive affirmations about your own identity, I am energetic, I'm the sort of woman that is organized, I'm the sort of person who is caring, you actually take on those actions. And we know this because the brain scans tell us this as well. And the studies tell us that the affirmations result in a change in your behavior and a change in your actions as well. And then, of course, FES, food, exercise, sleep. Those are very key to your lifestyle as well. And then lifestyle, taking time out, thinking about your connections, how you learn habits and your emotions. So I've put together a sort of acronym, a formula, a blueprint for all those elements in your lifestyle to focus on. So when my patients, my clients come and see me, I no longer give them that green prescription as it is over here in the UK of drugs. What they get is a lifestyle prescription. Which area, what in those lifestyle elements are you going to focus on? What can you commit to? And I've got very much a coaching approach, a coaching, consulting, therapy approach. I think we say that everyone needs to have a doctor, but I also say everyone needs to have a coach and needs to have a therapist. And fortunately, I combine all of those. I've got all those qualifications that back that up. But if you can have all of that in your world, in your space, and someone to turn to for that, I think it's really important because this journey of health, it doesn't have to be one you take alone. I agree, there's absolutely uniqueness to it for you, but the guidance that you get from a coach or a doctor or a therapist is immense, and you're an accountability coach, right? So that's so key, isn't it? Is that how do you hold yourself accountable? And I come back to data because I love now tapping into data. Is that we've now got our own accountability partner, which we can kind of wear on our finger. That's the data, the information, the numbers that are holding you accountable, that are giving you that nudge to say, look, this number wasn't the number you were aiming for. What can you change it to? And holding you to that as well. So that's what I do.
Yes, no, what a beautiful explanation. And I think what I'm hoping our listeners are hearing from you right now, and I think this is the frustrating part with coaches, is they would walk through, whether it's your real doors or your virtual doors, but they're part of their game plan. Like I feel like when people first come, they want to be handed something, like hand me a meal plan, hand me a lifestyle plan, hand me something that I can just go, not think about it and implement it. And the reality is we will help with that, right? Like they will come to you, and through coaching, the right questions are asked so that you can help them define where they ultimately want to head, or what's that lowest hanging fruit that they're willing to work on right now, because maybe that other area seems defeating or overwhelming. Do you see that a lot? Like this, hey, let's just gently start here because it will ripple into another area?
Oh, yeah, totally. And when you look at my TEDx talk as well, I think there was a lot there about that sense of handing over your health. I've titled it Health is a Verb, Not a Noun, for a reason, really, because this is what I saw in my career is people would walk into my door exactly as you described and hand me over their health, pop it onto my lap. And then I was holding these hot potatoes like, what do I do with your health? And like, I've got to fix it and then I can hand it back to you. And it's not that at all. Health is something that you do, right? You're the one who's got the biggest skill set and the strongest asset to develop that and optimize that until you're absolutely at your potential, because it's all there in you. And it's completely that it's the help and the guidance through your own experiences, getting you to answer your own questions, explore your own options, exactly as you say, what happens when you coach someone. But I think also adding to that sort of that medical sense. And I don't like to over medicalize everything at all. I mean, this could be another conversation about labeling and some of the harms as well as some of the benefits from having the label of depression or diabetes or cancer, and what that actually brings to the table for you as well. But I think it's holding your health as your own has to be the most important thing that you do. And I always talk about being the CEO of your own health, because you're in your own driving seat and you're making your own decisions. But what do you need to be able to make those decisions? How do you make your decisions? What data do you use? What information do you use? What signals do you pick up from your own mind and your body to be able to do that? Where's your external influences? Where do you want those to be coming from as well? So there is so much there. And again, back to that navigation, and in terms of my lifestyle methodology, so I went on and developed this little test, which is called an LQ test. So a little bit like your IQ, which people are familiar with, your test of your cognitive intelligence. And then we know your EQ, your test of your emotional intelligence. So of course, your LQ follows is a test of your lifestyle intelligence, like how smart are you being, right? About putting your lifestyle first, making it the absolute priority in your day-to-day. And so I put that formula, the lifestyle first method, into it, so you know where to focus your attention. Because do you know what I find that we do, that we tend to do, is we like to focus on the things we're already pretty good at, because it's easier. And the stuff that we know is really calling out for us, we want to distract from, we want to procrastinate, and we don't want to address it. But once you've done your LQ, you know what's calling out to you. You know that if I address my sleep, exactly as you said, the ripple effect then on my energy is going to be different. The ripple effect on my mood will mean that actually I've got a different sense of identity. And then what I choose to eat is going to be different. So there's kind of the interplay with my food, and then connect that back to food and mood and sleep. And everything's got a synergy, hasn't it? We know even at a cellular level, the incredible orchestra that's playing in us right now is phenomenal. That symphony of everything synchronizing and being in symphony and synergizing is amazing. And so I let people experience that ripple effect. Start with that one area and then just watch the rest just ripple.
Yes. Okay. First of all, I will forever give you credit, but the LQ is jazzing my whole world. I'm loving lifestyle intelligence, and we'll have to use that. Oh, that's so good. Do you have an actual test that goes along with that? Like, is somebody actually answering questions and coming out with a score?
Yes. So if you go onto my website, dralkapatel.com, you'll see the LQ test. There's a score, and there's also a ton of resources that go with that to help get your kind of score up. And also, you're very welcome, once you've done that, to pop a question to me. There's a link there. You can put a video question or a message to me, that one challenge and what do you need help with. So very, very happy to do that, just to highlight. But yeah, you'll get a whole PDF, all your results in there, some really strong resources and some immediate things, because I think we need to take knowledge and move it into action, don't we? It's all very well to know stuff about ourselves. What do we do with it? So it's just igniting the action that comes with it. So yeah, definitely encourage lots of people to take the LQ test. It takes 2-3 minutes to answer those questions. They're all research backed. So there's a reason that those questions are there, and they tie into longevity and my other favorite word that I've made up, which is healthgevity. Having a health span that's as long as your lifespan is so important, isn't it?
Oh my goodness. Yes, which is what I would like to pull you back on for our phase 2 and dive in deeper to that health span, because people feel like if numbers are under control, then technically we're healthy. But if you're not mentally healthy, if you're not thriving through life, then are we healthy? And I have a feeling that's where you're going to go with that. And you can tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to let's wrap up today, but I want to make sure people understand where to come find you if they were ready to sign up with you. What does that look like?
So what's the easiest way is to head over to my website, dralkapatel.com, dralkapatel.com. That's going to be the easiest way to find out different ways that we can work together. And I recognize that time for lots of people is tricky. So at the moment, I've got sort of time connected ways to work together. If you've got an hour to spare, what can we do together? If you want to spend 3 weeks looking after your health, if you want to have a plan for the next 6 months, so think about what's your investment in your own health like at the moment, and be realistic about it. So that's the best way to kind of find out ways to work with each other. But the best thing to do is to take that LQ test. You'll find it on the website. Really start to zone in on what's that one change that you want to make.
Oh, I'm loving this. And I always ask this question to kind of send everybody off with, if you had one takeaway, one thing that you're like, I hope and pray that your listeners heard this out of me today, what would that be?
Oh, let me leave you with something that I hope will have some lasting ripple and impact. And it's a sentence that I'm using a lot, which is very simply, if you don't have time for your health today, you won't have health for your time tomorrow.
That's so good. Thank you. Thank you for coming with us today, for spoiling us with your wisdom, and we're going to pull you back on.
Amazing. Thank you.